Thanksgiving is a holiday of gratitude, but what if it leaves us feeling anything but grateful? I'm going to share with you today how your jewelry can be a powerful way to connect with gratitude and anchor yourself, transforming those ordinary moments into really something meaningful. Thanksgiving often has big expectations. There's that greeting card version of the perfect family and friends warmth and meal and so forth, full of laughter and warm connections, and the pie turns out great. But for many of us, the reality just doesn't match. I've been there. One of my first Thanksgivings as a single mom, I tried to cope by just making myself a little chicken breast. And you know what? I never felt lonelier. I tried to muster gratitude, but that loneliness was really just unbearable. And even there's Thanksgivings that I've been surrounded by people even I love, but I've just felt out of sync or a bit disconnected or just, I don't know, not really regarded. Thanksgiving often magnifies that gap between our expectations and that reality, and it leaves us just longing for something more. Here's the secret. Gratitude doesn't come from grand gestures and perfect holidays. It arises from the smallest, most ordinary moments in our lives. It's not joy that makes it grateful. It's gratitude that makes it joyful. The secret to joy is being grateful. And how do we cultivate and sustain that feelings of gratitude? Well, gratitude comes from slowing down and noticing what's in front of us every moment by moment, not rushing ahead, thinking about our to-do list or all these imaginary things that we need to conquer and that handle and worry about. But it's like letting the awareness guide how we move through the day. And one of the ways I've found to connect to gratitude is with my daily adornment ritual. This 30-second to 3-minute ritual, which I do every day, it's not just about putting on your jewelry. It's a moment to pause, to reflect on what has meaning to you, and to connect with those feelings and then carry them throughout the day. You go through your morning routine, whatever it is, coffee, taking a walk, scrolling, brushing your teeth. But when it gets to be time for dressing, you pause and consider the jewelry you want to wear that day. I go to my jewelry box, and as I put my jewelry on, I pause and I reflect. I take a moment to consciously feel it, the weight, the memories. What do I have associated with this jewel? How does it feel on my body? It feels good. And noticing those feelings puts me in the here and now, not running ahead, thinking about everything that I have to do that day. So let me show you what I do today. Or what I'm going to do on Thanksgiving. I'm going to wear a brooch, and I'm going to wear this falling leaf brooch because it's fall, right? And with this falling leaf brooch, when I put it on, I'm using this magna pin, which is the subject of an earlier video on how to position your brooches and so forth. But when I put that on, it's fall, and I think about, what do I want to let go of my life? What do I want to fall away? Are there any sort of behaviors that I want to fall away? Or what about, mending any sort of relationships, any hurts, any behaviors? You get the point. I put it on and, oh, that feels good. It reminds me of this Thanksgiving, I'm going to do this. Then I put on the earrings. And when I put on the earrings, I notice how they feel. Throughout this video, I've been wearing one earring because I needed this chance to put them on with you. But this is a pair of earrings that are a Greek key, and they remind me of my lovely friend, and she was so generous, Simona, who invited me to stay with her family in a house in Greece for a while one summer. And I think about them and when I put them on, and oh, it was very lovely. And oh, they're yummy and gold, and they feel so warm, and it's cold outside and it's autumn. And when I move my head, I can feel them move, and I feel that kind of energy, which is, makes me feel energized and feminine and empowered. I really love it. Now, I'm going to wear this bracelet, and this bracelet is a bunch of many different colored pearls, which are put out in a beautiful order. It was given to me by my dear friend Claire, who taught me all about color. But what this reminds me of is my life, all of our lives, and how we have those many beautiful moments in them. And when we string them all together, we have really, towards the end of our life, the most beautiful piece of jewelry we could ever think of, strung with our memories. Lastly, my trellis ring. Now there's a space here where I can see the gem through the trellis, through the openings, and I'm going to think about, oh, there's lots of jewels. There's beautiful light and jewels shining through everything that's cracked and broken and has a space in it. It is always there again and again for me to come through. And I literally think of that when I see my ring through the day. Jewelry isn't an extra. It's something we really need. And we need it because when we adorn ourselves in this way, we become our own Taj Mahal, powerful in our own selves, balancing our endless to-do list with moments of grace and gratefulness. As I put my jewelry on, I pause to feel the connection in them, what they represent. And throughout the day, whenever I see or touch them, they bring me back to that feeling of connection and joy. It's a gentle reminder of what I value and the gratitude I want to carry with me. So take a look in your jewelry box. I bet there are pieces there waiting to remind you of what matters to you. Maybe a brooch from your great aunt, a ring from your first love, a necklace from a friend, a golden jewel to warm your soul. Feel them as you adorn yourself with these jewels. This Thanksgiving, bring those pieces into the light and use them as anchors for gratitude and reminders of the people and moments that you cherish and that have made you you. And if you're feeling disconnected or alone, let your jewelry remind you of your worth. You are connected to a web of love, stories, and meaning. Gratitude doesn't need a holiday, and it doesn't require perfection. It's in the warmth of a memory, the sparkle of a jewel reminding us of the radiance we have inside us, and the act of slowing down to notice what's meaningful. Let's extend our gratitude beyond the Thanksgiving table this holiday. We can carry it into our daily lives with symbols we adorn ourselves with, reminding us of what matters most to us. If this resonates with you, please share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear about the jewelry that connects you to gratitude and all the other elements of your life. I'm Cynthia Renee, a gem mine geologist turned jewelry designer, reminding you that the truest jewel is inside you, shining, radiating, lighting the way. Until next time, let your jewelry remind you of the beauty and gratitude in every moment.